Or everyone knows English? Everyone knows English? English samajhta hai? Okay. So there's no... Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo bolo Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Lalita Visakha Lalita Visakha Lalita Visakha Jaya Lalita Visakha. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Go Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Go Hari Bo. Nitai Go Shitanath Premanande. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Dami.
Hare Krishna. So especially welcome His Holiness Bhakti Anugreh Janardana Swami Mahraj. Haribo! Haribo! And also His Grace Sri Ram Prabhu. Haribo! So Bhakti Anugreh Janardana Swami Mahraj, as you know, he is residing in Vrindavan now for many years, and he is also part of the Vrindavan Executive Board, in main management board in Vrindavan for many years, and he especially preaching in Philippines after taking sannyas at 2014 from His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And also he travels, also Guru Maharaj, whenever Maharaj travels to USA, Canada, Bhakti Anugreh Janardana Maharaj always associated him. He has many intimate relationship with Maharaj. So we are always serving Maharaj for many years. And he's always kind to us whenever there is Rath Yatra in Chandigarh, in Panchkula. He always visits and encourages us, inspires us with his sweet singing, kirtan, and also by his lectures. So we are very fortunate. This time also he is very busy. But he came from Mayapur yesterday only, and he also is living on 20 years. He is living also for abroad. But still, he take out time to come here. So we are very, very grateful to Maharaj for giving us association. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyanangana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaisnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Visakam Vitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Shindo Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhano Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, before we start the Srimad Bhagavatam, I'd like to thank the devotees here. I can see that they're very sincere. They're trying to follow the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj. Just by walking around, I can see a lot of quotes from Srila Prabhupada's emphasizing book distribution, preaching, which is the most dear to Srila Prabhupada, as he says, if you want to please me, then distribute my books. And I've heard here you have Sankirtan devotees also going out every day, distributing books. You have a Sankirtan bus as well. And you're gearing up for the big marathon, Srila Prabhupada's book distribution marathon month of the December. So it's very highly commendable. If you want to get immediate attention of Lord Krishna, then one should endeavor to help the conditioned souls by giving them the holy name, prasadam distribution, and especially through books, book distribution. So I'd like to thank you all for that. So we're reading from Canto 6. This is in the matter of, let me see again here, prescribed duties for mankind. Chapter 1, the history of the life of Ajamila. Text 23 and 24. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we read together text 24, 23, there is no purport. So I read it by myself, and then text 24, we'll read the purport as well. Evang nivashatastasya lalayana shatatshutan kalochagang maharajan astasitya yusha sama. My dear king, while he thus spent his time in abominable, sinful activities to maintain his family of many sons, 88 years old, his life passed by. So here, Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit Maharaj, the story of Ajamila, which happens millions of years ago. Next text. Tasya prabhayasha putra dasad tesham tuyo vama balo narayano namna pitroscha daito vrisham tasya prabhayasha putra dasha tesham tuyo vama balo narayano namna pitroscha dayito bisham. Somebody else. Come here. I want to go and use your washroom. Pass water. Okay, where is it? Put this out. forward meaning. Tasya, of him, Ajamila. Pravayasha, who was very old. Putra, sons. Dasha, 10. Tesham, of all of them. Two, but. Ya, the one who. Avama, the youngest. Bala, child. Narayana, Narayana. Namna, by name. Pitro, of the father and mother. Cha, and. Daita, dear. Brisham, very. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The old man Ajamila had 10 sons, of whom the youngest was a baby named Narayana. Since Narayana was the youngest of all the sons, he was naturally very dear to both his father and his mother. Everybody please repeat. That old man Ajamil had 10 sons, of whom the youngest was a baby named Narayana. Since Narayana was the youngest of all the sons, he was naturally very dear to both his father and his mother. Purport. The word Pravayasha indicates Ajamil's sinfulness because although he was 88 years old, he had a very young child. According to Vedic culture, one should leave home as soon as he has reached 50 years of age. One should not live at home and go on producing children. Sex life is allowed for 25 years, between the ages of 25 and 45, or at the most 50. After that, one should give up the habit of sex life and live home as a vanaprastha and then properly take sannyas. Ajamil, however, because of his association with a prostitute, lost all Brahminical culture and became most sinful, even in his so-called household life. Tasya prabhayasha putra dashatesham tuyovama bhalo narayano namna pitruscha daito brisham. So in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam tells the story or history of the life of Ajamil. Ajamil is well known in the Srimad Bhagavatam for having saved by the Vishnudutas from the hands of the agents of Yamaraj. The agents of Yamaraj are called the Yamadutas. And usually they're the agents, the creatures that the conditioned souls whose life has been engaged in sinful activities throughout their life. At the end of one's life, either one will see the Yamadutas or the Vishnudutas. Now the Yamadutas, they are very ugly looking, crooked faces, very reddish in complexion, and they're having this different, very pointed weapons. It says that when one, at the time of death, the sinful activities that one performed during his whole life will be assessed, and the Yamadutas will come to carry the soul along with the subtle body, the mind, intelligence, and ego, to the court of Yamaraj to be judged. But Ajamila is a very, very unique story. This happened millions of years ago. His story is that he was born in a Brahman family, a very high-class Brahman family. His father and mother brought him up in a very religious, spiritually full of knowledge. This is the desire of the parents, especially those in the Brahmanical class, to raise their children to be spiritually strong, morally, value-wise, so that one will not to take birth again in this material world. This is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that one should not be a king, one should not be a parent, one should not be a guru, one should not be a teacher if he cannot liberate his subjects from the cycle of repeated birth and death. So he was trained up right from the very early age, Ajamila, how to get out of this material world. Unfortunately, one time while he was trying to pick up some flowers and some paraphernalia from the forest, he witnessed a Sudra and Sudrani embracing each other. He is completely pure. But this scene that he saw agitated his mind. It agitated his mind. Actually, he was already married, having children as well. So, nowadays, you see this is like a norm. A boy and a girl embracing each other. Even we see them sometimes in Isab Kailas temple. At night time, they're trying to hide somewhere. So if you're not very strong and you see this, you can easily get attracted, and you will say, I wish to be that person. It must be very enjoyable. So this disturbed his meditation. And eventually he took that prostitute to be his servant. And eventually he married her and gave up his previous wife. Now this Sudrani, or the prostitute, also have children. But somehow or other, he was so attached to the prostitute that he committed sinful activities to raise the children. He says he was prone to cheating, to gambling, and he would put also others in prison, like extort them. If you don't give me money, I will not release you. But he was not knowing that this is sin. And it mentions here at the age of 88, almost 90 years old, he still begot a child. Where on earth an 88-year-old can beget a child? That must be really lusty, isn't it? Usually, the husband and wife will not have any more children, even at the age of 60. And Vedic culture is set up in such a way that both the husband and the wife will learn how to become detached from each other. Vedic culture, there is a system whereby the cultivation of spiritual life will continue from different stages of life. In Vedic culture, whether one is a son of a king or a son of a pauper, they will send the son. Only boys goes to the Gurukul. The girls, they'll be at home and they'll learn how to develop the qualities that ultimately, when they become grihasta, they'll be very, very good in that ashram. So the boy will go at the age of 5 in a Gurukul, and he will study under the tutelage of the Guru, spiritual master. Gurukula means the school of the spiritual master, the Guru. Like even Prahlad Mahraj and the sons of the demons, they went to the Gurukul also. But it's a different education that Hiranyakashipu would like Prahlad Maharaj to learn. How to be a good cheater, how to know how to rule and divide. All the good qualities of a demon. It's not good qualities really. All the bad qualities of a demon, Hiranyakashipu would like Prahlad Maharaj to learn. Sanda and Amarka. I remember going to that Gurukul in Ahobilam. Have you been? Anybody have been to Ahobilam? Yes, there is a Gurukul there. It's a big slab of stone, and the edge is like ravine. So you have to be careful when you play with each other there. If it was one boy, then will die. So, real Gurukul though, it's like we have a Gurukul in Vrindavan. It's okay. I don't know how we can control this thing. It's okay. He'll give up. Not so soon though. Where is that? Come on, you have to give up. Oh, there it is. Give it up. So, we have Gurukul in Vrindavan. Prabhupada started a Gurukul also in ISKCON in Dallas, Texas, around 1972, where the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they will send their sons. The main purpose of Gurukul is that, again, to develop a very strong spiritual upbringing so that when they reach the age of 25, they'll be fully equipped to face the world. At the age of 25, the boy may go back to mama or papa, or he may remain in the Gurukul, still continue studying. Now, he can be in going to, instead of Grihastha ashram, because when one goes back to the family after the Gurukul, then one can decide to be in the renounced order of life. Either way, Grihastha or Sannyas. From Brahmachari, one can go to Sannyas. Or from Brahmachari, one can go to Grihastha. If you have a good Brahmachari foundation, training, then you can be a good Grihastha. If you don't have any good training or learning how to be celibate, Brahmachari means cultivating knowledge. This is the color. The color of the Brahmachari, this saffron, means cultivation of knowledge, spiritual knowledge, so that you can fight against Maya. Srila Prabhupada says, our Krishna consciousness movement, being a member of Krishna consciousness movement means we declare war against Maya. So, when one goes to the stage where he wished to go for Grihastha, then he will get married, and ideally the wife should be also be fully trained by the parents. And the foremost quality of the woman is chastity. They don't go out at night. As soon as the sun sets, they don't go out at night. You will not see a girl or a woman walking at night. Unlike in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, even in the middle of the night or 1 o'clock in the morning, you'll see them around, roaming around, especially in America. No culture at all, uncultured. So, we're talking about the basic principles of different stages here in spiritual life. Brahmachari, Grihastha. Grihastha, usually they get married, Prabhupada says here in the purport, at the age of 25. And then they can have children, but then when one reaches the age of 45 or 50, that is the Vanaprastha stage. This is what we call the retirement stage. Now the husband and wife will be together, but no more enjoying propensity to have children. They can go roaming around to many, many holy places, tirthas. It's like in India, there are many tirthas or holy places. You can go Chardam, Yatra. And sometimes we see them that, they don't travel either by bus or by car or by train. They will go barefoot. It's like sometimes you see them in Kumbh Mela. Yeah? They travel. It's like Kumbh Mela is going to happen very soon. Next year, for 1 month, we'll have January 10th to February 10th, we'll have a camp in Allahabad. You've seen old people, they walk. They don't use any transportation. So, Vanaprastha is like that. It's like preparing for one's renouncing this material world. In Kali Yuga, though, sannyas is not being encouraged, especially Mayavad sannyas. It's forbidden. But Prabhupada, he created a society whereby one can go up to that sannyas order of life, especially for preaching. A grihastha also can be grihastha sannyas. Prabhupada coined this. It's like, have you heard grihastha brahmachari? Yes. Because if they're regulated, one says, sex I am not contrary to religion. Lord Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. So if one's life in the Grihastha ashram is regulated, and only once a month, after the period of the woman or the wife, and both of them are fertile, then they can procreate, to conceive a child. Not for sense enjoyment, as Prabhupada would say, not like cats and dogs, or the monkeys in Vrindavan. You must have seen them. They're doing their monkey business. No, human form of life is meant for self-realization. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Grihastha ashram is the best ashram in Kali Yuga. But Prabhupada says though that 75% chance of going back home, back to Godhead if one is in the Grihastha ashram. And for the brahmacharis, 100%. Both can be brahmachari. But Prabhupada says also there is Grihastha Sannyas. Now Grihastha Sannyas means engage 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. We have many in our movement who are in the Grihastha ashram, and they're engaged 24 hours. Some of them are spiritual masters. So Ajamila, though, he was enamored. Even at the age of 88, they begat a child, a son, named Narayana. Usually, as we mentioned earlier, age of 50, no more conception of having a child. That is, it's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he had 13 children. But he's a pure devotee of the Lord. And he had a son, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was a ray of Vishnu. The prayers of the Grihasthas is not just to have a child to be Krishna conscious. The prayers should be like that of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to have a child to help the conditioned souls to get out of this material world. That is a higher prayer. Sometimes we've been asked, Mahraj, can you bless my child to be Krishna conscious? Usually they will ask that, especially from sannyasis. Yes. And usually sadhus, they will give blessings. Krishna Matir Ashtu. May you be Krishna conscious. But the higher will be, may you be Krishna conscious and help others also become Krishna conscious. That is the most desirable, so that we can help the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in spreading Krishna consciousness in every town and village. So Ajamila, he became attached to the son, whom he named Narayana, because from his previous samskara, when he was a child, he was brought up by his parents, Narayana. It's like in India, they will call their child or give their child name like Narayana or Vasudev, or Keshava, Mukunda, Krishnadas. We met many, yesterday we met a boy named Satyadev. Very spiritual, right? Now the modern day, in India they will give the names Pinky, Rosie. It doesn't have any connection. So the more you are wanting to be Krishna conscious, then the more you should give the name your child in relation to Krishna. Kameswari, Yamuna, Ganga for the daughters, right? But nowadays, no. Way far, way far. So, he became attached to the sun, and even while eating, he will call. Before eating, he will call, Narayana, please come. Always calling Narayana, Narayana. And at the same time, he's performing activities which is against the law of God. Sin means disobedient to the laws of God. That's in dictionary. Prabhupada, he was in Germany. So he asked, what is the equivalent of the name sin in German language? And the disciple, one of the disciples who went there for preaching, says, Upasindar, Upasindar. Sindar, this is the root where sin came from, Sindar. So sin means not following the laws of God. It's like we have law of man, or here in Chandigarh, if you don't wear your seatbelt, you'll get 2,000 rupees challan. Is that correct? Yeah? Oh yeah. In some countries, you're not allowed to walk. Everywhere, there is a certain law. But many laws in India is not being followed. Especially while driving. No stopping. Only need is a horn. You can go in the opposite direction, you'll not get a ticket. No. There is a law of nature that we have to follow. When we say law of nature, that means law of God. So, he was performing activities which is contrary to the law of God. But he's not knowing this. He's not doing it purposely. He's not doing it intentionally. One of the 10 offenses in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is to commit sinful activities and the strength of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So there is intentional and there is accidental sin activities, sinful activities. Even says in the Bhagavad Gita, yeah, even if one commits a sin which is unintentional, but if he is still engaged in devotional service, is still considered to be a sadhu, a saint. Yeah? So, Ajamila is in that category. Actually, he's in the Namabas. There are 3 stages in chanting. Nama Aparad, Namabas, and Sudanam. To be in the Namabas platform, that means liberated stage. Clearing stage. After that, Sudanam. That is our goal. Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness. But as long as we are in the Nama Aparad, then there will be miseries. The root cause of sin is ignorance. You don't know. You don't know that you're doing it. But there is no exception. But at the same time, Ajamila was chanting Narayana. Even, as the Acharya says, even just calling his son's name Narayana, even not thinking that Narayana, the Supreme Lord Narayana, this is the effect of the holy name. It's so powerful. It's like in America, there's a hotel called Ramada Inn, Ramada Inn. Or there is a vehicle called Ram. So this has effect. unknowingly. It's like in Chicago, the name of the airport is O'Hare Airport. And Prabhupada asked one of his foremost book distributor, why don't you ask the owner to name this airport O'Hare Krishna? So it just unknowingly. It's what they call agyata sukriti. So we have to be careful though. We have to be careful. When we chant the holy name of the Lord, our goal is to chant purely. Just like I asked one God sister in Vrindavan, because she was praying to Shishirada Shama Sundar. It's like, I asked her, you're praying quite a long time in front of the deities. So I asked her, what are you praying for? And she says, I'm praying so that I will have the taste for chanting the holy name. Taste. Having taste means you have to chant purely the holy name. So we should not remain in the kanista platform. Kanista platform means you only see the deities and you only see yourself. You don't see anyone, but you have a long list of desires to be fulfilled. May or may not, but usually it has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Like a Christmas shopping list. I want this, I want that. This is a neophyte. Our desire should be pure, so that ultimately we will attain our goal, which is pure love of God. It mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Srimad Bhagavatam especially, Lord Kapila's teachings to Mother Devahuti. There are 3 types of bhakti under the modes of material nature. And from Chaitanya Charitamrita, it also mentions 3 types of bhakti. Ordinary bhakti, mixed bhakti, and parabhakti. Kevala bhakti, amnaya bhakti, which is transcendental. So as long as one is in the neophyte stage, one definitely is performing bhakti under the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. One performs bhakti in the mode of ignorance in a grudging way, in an angry way, in an envious way. Have you seen some who are like that? Yes or no? No? You never seen? I've seen. But we should still respect those devotees. At least they are in the process of going back to Godhead. It may take a longer time though. The worst devotee is better than the best karmi. So now, the mode of passion means, in bhakti means, I want name, I want fame, I want adoration, I want wealth. That's in the mode of passion. And the mode of goodness means, I'm doing bhakti out of duty, but without love. Because love means, if you have bhakti with love, that means you're doing everything spontaneously. Spontaneous devotional service means ahituki, aprahita, apratihata, is joyfully performed and without any motive, neither for gyan nor for karma. And that is very rare to find a pure devotee in this world. We don't meet them every day. We don't see them every day. We don't have their association every day. They're very rare. They're very rare. And according to Srila Jiva Goswami, we should seek, we should search, we should find those devotees. Association means searching or wanting to have that association of a pure devotee who doesn't have any tinge of material desires. Then we can be like them. So Ajamila, he's eating the food that's being cooked by the prostitute. That's why he's committing sin, but he's not knowing. He's not knowing that he's committing sin. And at the same time, he's calling his son Narayana all the time. And this saved him. When the 3 agents of the Yamadutas came, actually he was about to die. He did not die. Usually you will see them, the sinful people, they will see the Yamadutas. It's like having a heart attack. This is like in the matter of life and death, like in the boundary. So the Yamadutas, they're doing their duty, they're ready to pick him up. But then after some time, the 4 agents of Lord Vishnu, the Vishnu Dutas came, say, "Stop!" It says in the Bhagavatam, this is the first time in the history that the Yamadutas was stopped, forbidden to pick up a soul who was performing sin. But contrary, he's not really performing sin, because that sin doesn't count, because he's unknowingly. But still at the same time, it is sin. So this is very rare occurrence that happened here. We have to choose our association. This is very important point here also. Especially the Grihastas. Because unlike the Brahmacharis, we're protected, living in the temple, having a full program. Grihastas also should make their ashram, their home, to be like a temple. Have a regular sadhana, morning sadhana, chant their rounds. And at work, instead of getting the association of the workers, co-workers who are not devotees, we should give our association to them. We have to be very strong spiritually. Then Maya cannot touch us. One should be determined, one should be having a strong conviction, and one should increase one's faith into this process every day. The whole process of Krishna consciousness is only increasing our faith at every moment. Faith on the holy name, faith on the spiritual master, faith on the process, faith on Srila Prabhupada's principles and teachings, and hope against hope at the end of one's life. Then we also attain the desired goal of Krishna Prema. But we don't have to wait at the end of one's life to attain Krishna Prema. One can attain Krishna Prema even right now. Even at this moment. We actually are molding our life, next life. Whatever we're doing every day, it all piles up. That when the right moment comes, we are going to give up this mechanical body, this machine. Either we'll take up another form in one of the 8,400,000 species of life, or we go back home, back to Godhead. So, the future is now. Whatever we're doing every day determines our future. We are molding our next life. So we have to be careful, especially in associating with others. Instead of getting their association, we should give our association. Ajamila, he got contacted by not an unwanted association, but he was saved by uttering the holy name of Narayana. So what to say of those who are trying to chant the pure holy name of the Lord? What is their chance of going back home, back to Godhead? Great chance, isn't it? It's a great chance. So, again, Prabhupada says, along with chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we should read his books. And the main purpose why he wrote these books is not just for distribution. It is meant for us, so that we'll be convinced to chant the holy name of the Lord. When we become convinced to chant the holy name of the Lord purely, then we will relish what's inside of these books. The taste is not there in the beginning, but eventually it'll become amrita. It'll become nectar. That every moment we chant the holy name of the Lord, we don't want to stop. Right now we're only doing it out of duty. Yes? Oh, I promise to Guru, I promise in front of the deities, I promise in front of the Vaishnavas that I will chant the prescribed number of rounds. But eventually, it is not out of duty now. It'll be out of love. And that is our goal. Okay, we stop here. Any points? Any comments? Hanji. Where is Bhakta mic? You have a mic? Go ahead. Okay, go. Sure.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, it's a fortune to hear from you. I have two questions at this point. Firstly, if we look at the life history of Ajamila, then
slowly. I don't speak that fast. Slowly. Okay.
Sure. Maharaj, if we look at the life history of Ajamila, then we see that he was brought up in a well-cultured family.
Yes.
And he had that Brahminical background. And in contrast, if we look at, like, if I look at my life personally, then right from childhood we have grown up watching movies, watching so much of the content in television that is, not less than seeing someone embracing the live audience. So even if we look at
what
Ajamil's
is
life,
the question?
Maharaj, is that Ajamila had his mind agitated, and in this age we are seeing this content very much regularly. So we don't have that Gurukul background. How do we prevent the agitation of mind in this case?
You have to control the mind. The first step in spiritual life is controlling the mind. The mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. How you control the mind? Sharpen your intelligence. Intelligence is higher than the mind. Yeah. You have to know what to do and what not to do. You have to read Prabhupada's books. You have to hear from the sadhus. You have to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Yeah. Higher than the intelligence is what? The soul. The symptom of the soul is consciousness. That is what we need to purify. And our constitutional position, if you always think that I'm servant of Krishna, not my senses, then you'll be able to be in the right. You'll not be deviated. You'll be in the right path. Maya is there everywhere, in every nook and corner. Even in the temple room, you can be in Maya. Because of your mind. You can go up to the mountains and caves of the Himalayas and think that, oh, if I'm there, I'll not be able to see the allurements, the attractions of Maya. No. You are there with your mind. When you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you have to fight with Maya. You can tell, well, not fight, but you can tell Maya, Maya, sit down here for some time, okay? I will entertain you. It's like Haridas Thakur. He was chanting, but then at the same time, there is a beautiful prostitute. No, I will fulfill your desire, but you just wait. Let me chant my rounds. You know what happened to the prostitute? She became a pure devotee. So when you tell your mind, relax. I will give you a chance later. But it will not. The mind will become pacified. The mind which is in Maya will become weaker and weaker and weaker because of your intelligence and your understanding that you're not this body. You're a spirit soul. Better late than never. I didn't go to Gurukul. You didn't go to Gurukul. My background must be worse than you. Yeah, some of you that you did not eat any non-veg. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't touch non-veg, right? In your life. You're grown up, you know karma, you know yoga, you know all of these things. I never had this kind of background. But I have a lot of faith, especially to our spiritual master.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a second question that you said that Srila Jiva Goswami recommends us that we should seek out the association of pure devotees.
Yeah.
So,
there you go. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada. Yes. And look, we have Prabodhananda Saraswati Maharaj here. We have Sridham Prabhu. We have Rukmini Krishna Prabhu. Very senior devotees. You have to use your brain here. You have to use your intelligence here. Associating with them means serving them and inquiring from them. Not just say, Hare Krishna Maharaj, how are you? Okay, Hare Krishna. That's not association. And it's like you see each other. Prabhu, how are you today? I'm good. And you? I'm good also. Okay, see you tomorrow. That's not. I'm sure you have a lot of doubts, a lot of, bothering you. When you see a sadhu, you ask him, how can I make advancement? How can I get rid of these anarthas? Take advantage of them because they don't come here every month. For me, I only come once a year to have your association. It's very rare for me to come and see you. This is association also. Hearing and chanting, but because we read from Prabhupada's books, we're getting the most advantages of having his reading every day, Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. Hear from lectures of Prabhupada or from our spiritual master. This is association. Okay? Anything else? Yes?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much. Maharaj ji, Ajamila was so nicely trained. Ajamila was so nicely trained and he was married as well. Mm-hmm. But still he caught by Maya. What was the reason?
Maya is very strong. It says, you give an inch to Maya, she'll take away a mile from you. Yeah. There's what you call, the sin have different stages also. There is a seed, bija, inside. That can be unlimited also. It's not yet fructify. So this could be one of the causes also. Right now, there is a sinful reaction from the past. And that can be multiplied. It keeps going and going. In Kali Yuga, we have very good provision here. That if you think of sinful activities, it is not considered to be a sin. Not until you act. But it says that when one chants the holy name of the Lord, there is no sin that it will not be able to purify. Even 10 millions of lifetimes of sinful reactions, even the sins that you're about to commit in the future, it will be washed away. You will not do it. This is the power of the holy name. So don't be discouraged, because the mind is always like that, thinking of sin. Actually is thinking of something which is only meant for me. That is a sin. If we think of something which is meant to please Guru and Krishna, that is not a sin. Or meant for the Vaishnavas. Or meant for the conditioned souls so they can be saved from the cycle of repeated birth and death. But as soon as the thought comes in that I want to do for myself and has nothing to do with Krishna, that is a sin. But at the same time, not until you act upon it, then the miseries starts. The moment we want to enjoy, that is the beginning of miseries and sufferings. Enjoy separate from Krishna. Because you will be hunkering to fulfill that and you cannot be satisfied. There is no way. There is no way to fulfill that. Ajamila was performing all of this to please his family. He was not thinking for himself. Yeah? Yes?
Maharaj, second question is, you talked about devotion in passion.
Yeah.
When there are desires for name, fame, adoration.
Yeah.
So how one can raise above these?
Chant purely Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is like a kalpa vriksha tree. It fulfills all of one's desires. Both, either spiritually or materially. Some of our members, they came to ISKCON negative balance, zero balance. But then later on, they became very opulent. So they think that, I should chant more Hare Krishna Maha Mantra so I can become more opulent. So you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You can be a very poor devotee like Kolavecha Sridhar, but he is the most wealthiest because he has love of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You can be the number one billionaire in the world. If you don't have Krishna, you have zero. Your money doesn't worth anything at the time of death. You'll not be able to bring that Wherever you're going, you're only bringing your karma, taking with you. Trayate mahato bayat. There is no loss or diminution. Yes? Anything else? Last question. Now they're raising hands so much. Okay, here.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, you were telling about glories of holy name. So my question is how to chant holy name attentively and offenselessly.
In the association of devotees. In the association. Don't go in a secluded place. Don't chant in your room. You'll end up sleeping. In the association of devotees, you get encouragement, you'll get inspiration. Yeah? It's like you have a base here, right? So, there is a saying that bundle of sticks, very difficult to break. One stick, easily. On your own, it's going to be tough. Only Haridas Thakur can do that. Or in the same level as Haridas Thakur. Okay? Okay, so we stop here. One last question. He is so close. The mic is so close to you.
Maharaj, you said one will either see the Vishnu Dutas or the Yam Dutas.
Yeah, you don't see both like Ajamila.
Yes.
There's only one Ajamila. You cannot see both. Then they will fight who will take you.
Then what about the aspiring devotees who are not as good as to see the Vishnu Dutas and not as...
There is no death for a devotee. Because death is only in this body. So next life you continue what you were doing. That's what the Bhagavad Gita says. That's what Prabhupada says. You finish 11% bhakti, next life 12%. And if you eat Mahapasad and you have faith that this is none different than Krishna, Prabhupada says anyone who took prasad guarantees human form of life. So what is our chance? A lot, because we took a lot of prasadam already. Especially Jagannath Prasad. Oh. In Jagannath Puri, the demigods, they observe that the inhabitants of Jagannath Puri, they have 4-armed forms. So what is your chance? A big chance. Yeah? Okay? So we stop here. Srila Prabhupada K. Ajamil Prabhu K. Itai Gaur Shitanath Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Om Tat Sat.
This is Bhakti Anugreh Janardana Swami Mahraj ki. We thank Maharaj for giving such a wonderful class, sharing his realization and giving us inspiration. We chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, appreciating Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Maharaj. हरे कृष्णा कल के श्रीमद् भागवतम क्लास के प्रवक्ता होंगे हिज होलीनेस प्रबोधानंद सरस्वती महाराज हरि बोल।